All right.
Look at all the bottles on the table tonight.
I know, right?
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Same to you.
It's gonna be a holly
Holly
jolly
jolly
Christmas.
Christmas.
Okay.
It's best
Oh,
time
God, we're doing a
of
show.
the year. Hey,
We're doing a show now.
I got some now.
Okay, rock and roll, boys and girls. James,
All right.
good to see you.
Game faces.
I have Richard running camera tonight. This is
Hey,
show number
Rich.
258, and we have a lot going on tonight. All right, ready, set, go. Give us a countdown. Richard.
3, 2,
The What's Neat This Week video podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you.
these are anyway.
And by GL Robotics. With over 61 colors of 3D printing filaments in stock, your gateway to new technology. Check out their website at glroboticsusa.com. Further support is provided by Microengineering, keeping you on track with quality products for 55 years. Check out their website at www.microengineering.com. Order from your local dealer or order direct by calling 1-800-462-6975. Additional support is provided by Spring Creek Model Trains, your destination for model trains. Stop in and say, wow. Check out their website at springcreekmodeltrains.com. And by Intermountain Railway Company, where the detail makes the difference. Check out their website at intermountain-railway.com. Additional support is provided by Yelsma Graphics, America's leading distributor of quality railroad art and embroidered clothing since 1985. Check out their website at yelsma.com. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast. This is the What's Neat This Week show in model railroading, show number 258 for December 16th. Is that right?
16, yes.
16th, 2023. How did we get that far?
Luck.
I know.
marches on, man.
Last night, you got to watch me edit
Got to watch it. It was amazing.
the January
The man.
video. We actually had to type 2024 on something. I know, rock and roll. So tonight we've got a lot of things going on, a lot of great models on the table, and a lot of subject matter to cover. Starting on this end over here, we've got our favorite Mike Buddy. Hey, Mike.
Hey, everybody.
It's good to have you here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Sitting right next to me is Steve Day, all the way from Chicagoland.
How
Hey,
to
Steve.
duty, how to duty.
It's always awesome to have you, Steve. Also next to Steve, I've got James Regier. Hey, James.
Hey, everybody.
It's good to have you. And Richard is running camera for us tonight. Thank you very much, Richard. Next week's show, we have Joe McMillan, the famous model railroad photographer that has guided most of us models through a lot of the photography and his composition that he has done through the years. We have had multiple phone calls this week, and I look forward to a couple more on a test Skype, because this guy's really interesting, and quite frankly, I am one of his biggest fans.
I look forward to getting his calendar every year.
Right?
I did. 1990, 91, 92, my real estate company, I had them, I know, right? All right, so Steve Day, you're from Lunde Studios.
Yes,
That's
sir.
Bob Lunde.
Bob
and as
Lunde.
you recall, they are the ones that came out with the very first design preservation buildings.
That's
in
right.
fact, did he do the Magnuson
He did the
buildings?
Magnuson, yes,
the
sir.
Magnuson buildings in the
That's
brown
right.
boxes. If you can find those and build those are very, very beautiful structures and quite collectible. I have quite a few of my own in
As
the back.
I do.
I know, right? I'm getting way off on here. So tonight, you and I went to Mark Twain Hobbies.
Yes, sir, we did.
They have changed their hours. They close every day at 6, which really threw me off because I took Scotty Hicks up there last weekend as a guest. And at 9 o'clock thinking they was going to be open, and we're sitting in an empty parking lot. Wah, wah, wah. So today we got our schedule right. You and I tried again.
We did.
We did.
And we were
got,
successful.
They let us in.
They did.
They let us in the store. They have expanded their train department, which is kind of exciting.
It is.
To see that.
Because
happening.
what I love the fact that the N-scale stuff is a little bit more spread out now, and as an N-scaler, I can see a lot more of what they have to offer.
And the clip that you're looking at right now is a pan shot of the entire round of the store. They sell so much more than trains. In fact, I bought a Hercules
Bird.
C60
C-130. C-130.
airplane.
And it's from the LA Fire Department where they use those to put out forest fires.
in 1/200 scale, which is a little bit smaller than N scale, but that's the one thing I do put in the china cabinet upstairs. You'd think I put crystal, and the crystal's up there too. No, but the airplanes are up there. That's my latest hobby. Also, we met up with a wonderful gentleman that had built this N scale layout named Dan Eaton.
And it was nice.
And this layout was less than about 1.5 feet by 3 feet. You're pointing at it in this clip, and we show the clip. And then we got Dan Eaton waving at the camera because he was the one that built this beautiful little N-scale layout. And it was quite a treat.
And what's wild about it, you could actually put it in a cocktail table, which I've seen that actually happen where you have a cocktail table, you got your guests coming over, and now you got a little train running around there, and that's a hell of a thing to sit there and talk about.
That's pretty neat, yeah.
It is.
That's awesome. Also, I took note of the cabinet that had the NCE systems in it. I saw 2 systems up there. The main system that we use on this layout, which is the Pro Cab system.
Right.
I think they were $699 each at retail price.
And can
the
I
fact is,
actually-
it's all in one box.
And I actually use the NCE with the radio transmitter, and I've got a small little layout, but you know my cats love it too. But it's amazing because you can sit there. It's all remote. There's no wires, and I sit there on my couch and I do this, and then all of a sudden a train runs. I hit a button and noise comes out. It's magic.
Yay! So somewhere in there, I'm running this clip of the rest of the DCC decoder case because they also have soundtracks decoders. They had NCE decoders in stock and all the paraphernalia that goes with that.
Yep.
They also had TCS in stock. So Mark Twain, good job. You guys are stock all the main stuff that a person would need electronically to make their trains go.
Yep.
So it was really good to see all that. The last thing on my notes before I leave the show to all you guys is that Scotty Hicks, of course, we had here last week. We do apologize for the background noise that came in off of Skype. There's nothing we could do about that. But what we didn't talk about last week was the fact that Scotty, he mentioned that he took the Amtrak train from Chicago to St. Louis, but I didn't realize he sent me all kinds of pictures and emails of the cars. These are the brand new, I'm guessing, Siemens car, Amtrak Midwest.
Yes.
It is a very
Yeah.
different paint scheme and a very different design car than what I am used to seeing, and presently it is not being manufactured by any manufacturers at this point. Because Amtrak's changing so fast, we can't keep up.
Fingers crossed.
We took those cars up to Chicago last year for a Cubs game, and then we had the Superliners coming back.
Yeah.
I'll have to admit, I like the Superliners a lot better than those new Siemens cars.
Although the
Why?
Superliners,
Wait,
although
why?
the Superliners, to be fair, they're your long distance cars.
Right,
They're designed to
right.
be for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
are
Siemens cars
the
are
Siemens
short
cars
haul.
seem like commuter cars. or
Like
something.
buses?
Almost. The seats were real lightweight and stuff, and it was kind of noisy. And
He showed me interior shots, and it looked like once. It reminded me of Bi-State bus.
kind of, yeah.
Tell me about the Superliners. How were those like?
Oh man, that was really cool.
Was it?
Yeah, we got upstairs, went on the second level. That's I don't know if we had, that's where our seats were. Or you just I think you just pick seats.
Okay.
But you throw your luggage up there, and man, it was real. Nice, cushiony, smooth ride. And now they're up to 110 miles an hour between Chicago and St. Louis. When we went, it was 84. So even at 84 miles an hour, they just kind of, go from side to side. And I just love watching all the industries and the rail crossings, with the cars waiting. And it's just really cool to be on the train instead of watching it.
I want to ride a train. I still have not ridden an Amtrak train in my life.
Really?
Really?
I rode the Zoo train, the Six Flags train, the multiple theme park trains. I have never driven a locomotive, but I've ridden in locomotives as I've met various friends on various railroads that I cannot disclose. But the fact is, I've been in the cab of a real locomotive. In fact, we've had Denny and Holly and many of our guests that have come out of town that have taken their hand at switching.
Nice.
At least riding around and making it go and ring the bell and honk the horn. And they did really, really well at that. But I was always the one that wanted to sit back and watch, videotape it, not actually take part in it. I don't know why. But yeah, I'd love to ride an Amtrak train sometime. I actually really would.
And it's kind of fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Move that
Yeah,
throttle lever around and
I know, right?
blow the horn. And
So that's everything on my notes that I've got covered right away. Of course, we got a lot of Broadway Limited stuff on the table, but I have that all memorized, as you well know.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to, where do we go first?
Left to right, right to left.
Mike,
Mike,
Okay.
what'd you bring tonight, Mikey?
Well, I brought some new Tangent cars. They're not really that new. I got them when we were up in Chicago from Lombard. And both of these paint schemes, the Katy and the PV, are just a little bit too new for my era, but I saw so many of them when I was young, so I just had to get these. There's some kind of a mill up in Alton, Illinois, which is just north of St. Louis, that used to get these PV cars in all the time.
yeah.
When I took pictures of them, and I still have a lot of those pictures from when these cars were new. And then when the Katy started running on Missouri Pacific track into St. Louis, they ran right past my apartment in Maplewood on Greenwood Boulevard there. And man, I took lots of pictures.
I know that street well.
Yeah,
Right?
and with the Katy, with that John Deere paint scheme, man, I just fell in love with that yellow and green, and the bold, the giant MKT. I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So I had to get a few of those. And then the vehicles up front there, I just got those in the mail today. They're Oxford new releases, and they're really coming out with a lot of American cars this year, or this upcoming year. But these first two are 1966 GTOs, and the paint on these and the graphics and the trim and everything, I guess it's like the standard nowadays. Burkina,
yeah, it's gotten to be pretty
it's
phenomenal.
Right?
really
Yeah.
precise. Even the little vents on the hood, they have a black, line to simulate an opening on that hood vent. But anyway, the next one in line is a 58 Impala, which has always been one of my very favorite car designs since I was a little kid. I remember when they were new. I was only 4 years old, and I remember when those things came out. It just blew me away. And Classic Metalworks did that same car about at least 20 years ago, probably even more. And I haven't compared them yet, but this one, it's a lot better tooling available nowadays than there was when Classic Metalworks made theirs. But lastly, over here is a 57 Oldsmobile convertible with an up top, and I like seeing that convertible up top, and I'm hoping that they will do the same thing for the 61 Impala that they have. They had a really nice Chevy Impala convertible, and I hope they do an up top for it, and even a hardtop version.
That'd be cool.
Because these are separate plastic pieces.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That'd be neat.
anyway, that's what I got. So well, we'll see what happens this week. I brought a chrome marker. I was going to demonstrate. These cars have just silver painted bumpers, and Molotow has a marker, and there's several other manufacturers now that you can just color that real quick.
Those markers are insane.
I know. I left it over there in the box, otherwise I'd get it and still do it. But
Yeah, because all you do
anyway.
is you just draw right on the bumper or whatever.
Yeah.
And it looks just like chrome when it
it
dries.
does, yeah.
Oh.
So,
Well, we're going to have to zoom in on that a lot anyway to see you doing it. You have it here in the box?
yeah, it's over there.
Pause it. Let's edit it in.
No.
We'll make you do that.
Are you going to be here next week?
Yeah.
Joe McMillan, you, me, and your chrome pen.
Yeah, Josh is coming too. I think,
that
next week.
right?
Yeah.
I
He's
can't wait to
planning
talk
on
to
it.
Joe McMillan.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
we'll be in Kansas.
So,
Yes,
Okay.
Kansas, Dorothy.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
tonight from Broadway Limited Imports in beautiful sunny Florida, they sent us a lot of N-scale stuff and HO-scale stuff to cover next month. But in the N-scale line of department, first of all, comes up with their first that we've got, SD40-2s in N scale. These things are absolutely beautiful. We have 2 examples on the table that I've shot outdoors in real sunlight. The first one is a Burlington Northern in the Bicentennial paint scheme. That one is a very beautiful model.
Yes, it is.
And the next one is a Wisconsin
And Southern.
Southern. Wisconsin and Southern. This
40th anniversary.
40th anniversary, yeah. In
locomotive.
their paint scheme.
In N scale. These have Paragon 4 sound in them, so they sound as fantastic as they look.
Wow.
And yes, I pulled out the N scale layout this week. It's in the shop, and I've been running these and all the various models on it just to see how things work and navigate the microengineering number 6 N scale turnouts. Also tonight, they've sent us 2 tank cars. These are cryogenic tank cars. I shot them outside in real outdoor sunlight. I know, like fake outdoor sunlight. Anyway, they looked fantastic in the sun. There's 2 variations that we've got here. I'm showing you one of each one of them right now on camera. Just absolutely beautiful models. And the next one makes me smile. These are stock cars, and they are animated with sounds.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one I'm going to show you has got the cow sounds in it. All right. You can hear the sounds. I'm playing them. The second one has got donkey/mule sounds in it, as you can hear right now. And the third one is really fun. This was a car that came out for Halloween, whereas it's got spooky sounds in it. And sure enough, me and Steve Day recorded the sound on
We
them
did.
last night.
And we got scared, too.
And you can hear that one. What a fun way to add a little bit of additional animation to your layout like we all like to do. That's a car where the rivet counters step aside and enjoy the fun.
Let us have some fun, please.
And so with that, James Regier, you know what? You got some stuff going on here. What is this? What is going on here, James?
Well, you said you wanted 6-inch Ken.
Yes.
So I made 6-inch Ken there, and these are off of the files from Mini Prints.
Okay.
And in fact, if you get yourself scanned by Mini Prints, you do have the option of getting that file to be able to print yourself in 3D. You're not supposed to sell it to other people or make money off of it, because Bernard puts a lot of work into doing it.
Yeah, it does.
But if you want a a action figure sized Model U, then you can do that pretty easily. Or if you have a nativity scene that you want to be part of, then they can.
Oh, you did that to yourself.
I did that to myself.
I saw that on Facebook. You were standing there next to Mary and Joseph with your camera.
I just thought, the modern paparazzi sort of showing up there.
I have a funny feeling the Vatican has something to say about that.
They may at that. But yeah, so I was just having a little bit of fun with that. That's an option that you can get if you get yourself scanned with Mini Prints, and Bernard will actually be at Amherst doing scans at that big train show in Massachusetts.
That January?
Yeah.
Yes.
In January. And I think
I gotta make it up there one of these years.
I think
It's
I'll actually
it's
be going
amazing.
this year.
I know.
So
I
it's
hear so much
amazing
about
to-
it.
Yeah.
It's just such a crummy time of year for us to drive up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
done it 3 times.
Well, and you think up there in New England, like it's always bad up there. Like that's where you talk about having to have a winter car and a summer car.
Yeah.
Where you're, like I don't
I'm
know.
more worried about getting in a pileup along Interstate 80. through
I don't know how it
Pennsylvania,
works,
man.
but these are hardy souls who will stop at nothing
Yep.
to enjoy their model railroading.
Every bit of that.
That's, yeah.
There's one time we were up there, we got caught in a blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a couple years ago?
That was 2 years ago we got
Yeah,
caught in a blizzard.
I
we were up
remember
there.
that.
The
Yeah.
governor was shutting the state down, but none of the railroaders, he wasn't talking to me.
Yeah.
And they made it, and the show was amazing.
We got model railroading to do.
That's right. That's right.
Blizzard schmizzard.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fun watching that one big steam engine they got out there, and it's snowing like mad, but the steam engine's hot. There's no
Yeah.
snow on the steam
Right.
engine.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's one flaw, by the way. I see in model railroad photographs a lot when their trains are in the snow, they will have snow on the top of a locomotive,
Yep.
a steam engine. I think that's
yeah, the boiler. Yeah,
Yes.
So anyway, we'll have to bring that up with Ed next week.
Yes, Joe knows the answer. He's got lots of snow shots. In
Joe.
fact, I
Yeah.
replicated one of his snowblower shots to do the Saturn shot.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh my God, it was so
I
amazing.
always
Yeah,
like those
yeah,
pictures
yeah.
of locomotives after they've been, bucking through the drifts, and they have the snow piled up really high on the pilot and over the cab windows.
Model
And all that.
that on your layout.
Yeah.
Model
Yeah.
that. So, did you talk about your Christmas cards and your reindeer and all that stuff?
No, I didn't. So I brought the Christmas cars and the reindeer. Of course, with the ringing bells, I did a What's Neat video here a couple years ago on how I did these two cars here.
Yes, you did. And you can look that up on the
yeah.
WN index to find out where
Yeah.
it was.
Yep.
And
That's a good tool.
And then the lead car, of course, has Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and we all know how he got his shiny nose. It was painful.
Yes.
But where did he put the batteries?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
And then I've also made these little snowmen 3D printed. And each one of these snowmen actually has a little bit different about it, like that you can have with scarf, without scarf, button eyes, coal eyes, you name it, all these different variables. I had something like 64 different combinations.
Oh, wow.
Of individual snowmen or something like that, and I was just having fun with the combinatorics of it all as I made them. Combinatorics.
We'll look that up later.
Combinatorics is the mathematical term when you figure out how many different combinations you have versus based on the number of options you have in that combination.
Yes, you too might be spending too much time with your 3D printer. This is why I get out of my basement as soon as I can.
Right?
I love it, and you've discovered that. You know why?
have.
Because I
Why?
love this family upstairs that I've got.
Absolutely.
So
As
much
do
fun.
I.
There's even a Christmas tree up there. It's so pretty.
Yeah. And he's got a Boyd.
I know there is a bird, Pia. Pia's been on the show
yeah.
before.
And
Yeah.
what's wild,
I don't
he's
wanna
got
look
a
for that
little
clip.
doggy. I've got cats at home bigger than his dog, so I
Yeah,
call
that
his
dog
cat
is
Kitty.
tiny.
Pia is bigger than the dog. Pretty
Right.
sure.
Okay, back to business.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you've also got a beautiful steam locomotive on the table.
Yeah, well, this one was, the couple in front of the cars, if needed.
Is that who makes that?
This was an old Mantua Tyco model that I've upgraded with DCC and done a bunch of. It has a CAN motor in it now. In fact, it was the first locomotive that I ever had back in the Christmas of 1988. So,
Nice.
There you go.
So that's stayed with me since then. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is a while ago, we talked about the TCS UWT 100s, UWT 50
Yes.
throttles. And one of the things that that TCS talked about at the time was that their throttles would be future-proof.
Okay,
That-
upgradable.
That you can upgrade this and that. So I did just that. Instead of the click wheel that it came with, which was an analog system that has the tendency, how the old mouse wheels, would eventually
Right. Mhm. Yeah.
start to go wonky. They've actually come up with a digital solution for that wheel that'll do the same throttle functions, but has magnitudes longer life to it. And
Nice.
so I had that upgraded. They gave me a new screen because they noticed mine was cracked. New bootloaders, all of that. So if you do buy that throttle or whatever, it is upgradable and they'll take care of it, and they do work with you. So that was a good experience with them.
Perfect.
Okay.
So next week on the show, we are going to share a lot of Intermountain brand new F units that have just come out. In fact, I just got them a day ago in the mail, but it's been raining today, so I couldn't shoot them outside. I can't shoot them outside tomorrow. So I will shoot them outside midweek so that we can share all these beautiful paint schemes on the show with you. Also, we've got some HO scale new freight cars that they're coming out with that we will also share with you next week. But Steve Day,
Yes, sir.
I got one of the boxes here that
You do.
these beautiful models came in.
Yes.
And I will tell you, here, you open it.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so,
So,
how many
I
engineers
would-
does it take to open a box? So
Well, my
let's
first
push this way.
instinct
Yeah.
would be right, to slide it out of its sleeve.
But
right?
it's not sliding.
It ain't sliding.
So let's try
Push on the other side.
I
yeah.
did.
Let's
I almost
push.
went and got a hammer.
Wait a minute, it could be my thumb. Let's do
No,
the other thumb.
and then you got to take your time and read the box. What's it say?
Reading is fundamental.
Get a
It
screwdriver.
says right here, lift here for fun.
This
So
is
I
an-
did this and
Now-
nothing happened.
This is very bold of Intermountain to assume that model railroaders can read.
Watch this.
This is
Lift.
amazing. It's like a
Bam!
magnetic.
it's like a
Look,
it's a
there's your
ju-
train.
It reminds me of a lot of those little electronics cases, that you get your earbuds in or that.
Correct.
kind of
Exactly.
thing, Yeah.
It's a wonderful new way to package the N-scale products where they're safe and secure, but when you open it up, you've got point of sale on the underneath side of the lid and it snaps back in place with magnets.
And it's got a nice little plastic cover.
So-
So now you guys don't have to spend 20 minutes in dirty words trying to figure out how to slide it out. We have figured it out for you.
I know, right? And
Look
by
at
the
that.
way, it's Frisco.
Yes.
I know. I love it.
I know, right? A and B units, you're more than welcome to come help me do the photo shoots.
I have HO versions of these.
But those are N scale, the best scale. N stands for nice.
Yeah. HO stands for
Stands for something.
yeah.
I can't say on camera.
All right, so as everybody knows, Steve Day, as we mentioned before, works for Lunde Studios, a very amazing man. Has been in our industry for well over 45 years, designing buildings that we all have on our layout. And I think, Steve, you brought some wonderful buildings you want to talk about tonight.
I have, sir.
Great.
But before we do that,
Go ahead.
I'm sad to admit that I lost a bet last night with Ken, so
Oh, no.
I must pay up.
What are you talking about? Oh, Lord. Oh, I do recall that. Yes.
Hold on. Anyway,
It's a helix.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's
and goes with my Christmas shirt.
it's
But
an
anyway,
N-scale helix.
True that, true that.
Yeah.
So what happens here is we've got a couple of buildings. There's a little joke inside the company. We came out with the HO bookstores called More Books. Then we shrunk it down to N scale, and the name of this is Still More Books.
Right?
Anyway, that's how it works. All of these buildings, all of our buildings in the Lunde scale are made out of tool cast resin. They go together really easy with the HO building, excuse me. Comes with the fire escapes on the back. That's part of the kit. Hardest part to build. You also get the little drainage
Roof
pipes here.
detail too.
The roof detail all
Downspouts.
comes on the roof. So everything you see here is in the kit. Now the difference
Nice.
between the HO kits and the N scale kits is, and I've got one here busted open. With the N scale, all of your windows are 1 fret, which makes it easy. You just attach it to the wall, then you attach the acetate to that, and if you want to block it out, you can use a piece of black paper.
Yeah.
And you got a view block, or if you want to, like, say for example, you want to light the building up. So what you would do is take some electrician's tape and put here, say I want these two buildings, what am I talking about? Windows, open here, put tape here, here, and there. Then you put your LED in there, and then when you look on this side,
Right.
you just have that light shining through that window. But again, the N-scale and the HO build up really nice. So this is with the Lunde Studios line. If you look over there, those are our new kits that are coming out. This is with Key Rail Industries. Now, just so you guys know, Key Rail bought Lunde Studios, and that's the only thing that changed. Bob is still a part of the company, and we do keep him in the basement, and we throw food down there, so he's okay. But these guys are injection molded plastic, and what they're designed to do is go up against your backdrop, or there are little 3-inch extensions where you can bring the flat out. This particular kit has 6 parts to it, and they just go together with your whatever type of glue you want, CA, or you can use the harder stuff with the liquid cement.
Is this a brand new kit? A brand new product?
These have been out for a minute.
Minute?
Well, more than a minute. But you can go on our website, which is lundestudios.com, and it gives you a listing of all of the Lunde Studios buildings under the Lunde Studio logo. And you go a little bit further down, and you'll see Key Rail. and it'll show all of the kits that we currently offer in the key rail side. Now this is kit 1, that's kit 2. This one is designed for you have a little office, and then you have loading dock. This one is designed to just be a loading dock where you run your track in front of it and you can offload or back up a semi, whatever. We also have a kit now that we're coming out with it, has 3 of the kits put together where you can build actually a building. And what the whole design idea from that is, you can build a building however long or tall or wide that you need. So it basically is just up to you. And they're just popping off, and they're looking good in terms of giving you a lot more flexibility as to what you want to do. And I can't mention what we've got out, but we've got 3 new products in the pipeline right now. So I can't mention it. If I do, I'll be killed.
Okay.
I don't want
We
to do
don't
that.
want that to happen.
No.
Yeah, we don't want that.
So the last thing I got is a little fire engine, and I always, when I know Mike's coming, I always bring a vehicle so that I can hang out with my boy here, because he's the master at this stuff. But this fire truck is from Showcase Miniatures, and I have to throw a shout out to Debbie and Walter, because every time I see them at a show, they take real good care of me. I've got all of their products. Stuff goes together really nice, and it's a mixture of different medium where you've got a plastic part, you have photo etch, and then you have the metal body, and they just go together like 1, 2, 3. The hardest part on this whole engine, I bought 2 of them. So I got one with the ladder collapsed, and I've got another one where the ladder, and it comes up about that high. And you know, the hardest part about the kit is putting the ladder together. But again, you take your time, and the ladder is about a 6-pack to put together. So the models are great.
A 6-beer job.
It's a 6-beer job. So the other thing, I want to let you guys know that all of us guys over at Lunde Studios, Bob, myself, and Skip, who bought the company, will all be at the Amherst show. And it's coming up the 27th, I think it's the 27th, 28th of January, and then that's in Springfield, Massachusetts. So come over there, come by, and you know, just hang out and do what we got to do. The other thing, Andrew and Jeff over at Lombard Hobbies, what's up, my brothers? I spend so much money over there.
love
They're
those
now
boys.
on my taxes. And these guys came over there, and man, did we have a ball hanging out with
It
those
was
guys
fun.
over there. It was a lot of fun. And the last thing I just want to do, I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Raphael. How you doing, sweetheart? She just made me a granddaddy.
All right.
I got
Congratulations.
twins, man.
Wow.
Okay, and their names are Beavis and Butthead. I'm kidding. Santis and Santana, those are my boys. And I've already got them started out in model railroading. They've got the little in-scale Thomas the Train stuff. They have no idea what that is. That's got nothing to do with it, but it does run on Grandpa's layout.
Very, very cool. Speaking of Lombards, we were there in October for their Midnight Madness sale. That was a
Yep.
lot of fun.
It was
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
And we went on various layout tours, and we did, I think, 6 or 7 layout interviews while we were up there. You saw me yesterday, put together the January What's Neat for January 2024, and in that video, Daryl Cruz was the first layout that I just decided to tackle and edit that together. We had 19 video clips of the layout running as Daryl talked for 13 minutes explaining his passion about the hobby. And it came out to be a really great show. The edit turned out great because as he talked about each variable part of the layout and facts, the video matches what he's talking to.
Yep.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's the way it works.
And it worked out beautiful. Also in that video, we got Campbell Rice, and I've been telling you now for weeks that Campbell is going to share with us a way to make it simple to wire your layout without using solder. Well, guess what? Last night I actually watched that video for the first time in 6 months that we've
And it's
had it.
amazing.
It's fabulous. It's funny as I did not expect it to be what it was.
And he actually
I'm not going to give it up.
No, but he
can't.
actually shows you the problem with doing it the old way.
He did. He showed us. It was a pain pleasure video. He showed us the pain, which I didn't know. I thought that's how he was going to show us how to do it, right? And then he showed us the way he figured out how to do it, and I about lost it. I laughed, I cried. In fact, I called him a few minutes before recording tonight just to tell him, hats off to you and what a great job you did, Campbell Rice. So I have to pay you that homage. That's because we all get paid homage around here.
Yeah.
That's right.
So with that, again, this is the best hobby in the world with some of the best people in it. We've got one more show to do this year for the year of 2023, and it's going to be a great show with Joe McMillan, Mike Buddy. I think Joshua's
Josh
coming.
should be here, maybe, yeah.
And you're going to be out of town.
I'll be out of town.
You're going to be gone.
I'll be home,
I'll be
Yeah.
here.
which is out of town.
Richard might be here.
So here's the NCE Pro Cab for you.
I got the
I'm
hammer.
going to take the small cab. They both work the same. They just work. There's a lot of other things on the NCE website, NCE DCC, the power of DCC. Check it out. There's a lot of other stuff on the website besides just the DCC systems. It's just amazing how they had the insight to create something that is timeless and it never needs to be replaced.
Nope.
It just works.
It just works.
So, with that, guys,
I'm running the N-scale layout.
yes, it's running over there right now.
Yep.
Watch this. I'm going to control the train. Right
Not
now.
a single derailment.
It's perfect.
Look,
Yeah.
it's slowing down just as we speak.
Boys and girls, we love you. The show is made by us simple model railroaders just for you. And so with that said, let's go run some trains.
Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, thumbnail. Oh my God, that's so hatty. Okay, here, hold something. Hold your building. I'm gonna hold me.
That kind of sounded
Did you
weird.
glue me down?
Yes,
Yes.
I glued you down.
What kind of glue did you use?
Whatever that tack is over there.
Okay. All right, boys and
It's
girls.
on tape, so you can remove
Look
the
at
tape
camera
easily.
1 and everybody smile. Ready, set, and go. And we have a thumbnail. Leave camera 1 rolling for 45 seconds as I kill sound. We did it, number 258. Good job, guys.
Thank you, sir.
I know, right?
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Woohoo! It's almost Christmas.
It
You know why
is.
it's exciting? Because it's gonna be a holly.
Hey, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Da 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 da. Let's go get some beer.
Amen to that.
Speaking of which, who's up for a moon of blue? Misa. Excuse me.